Welcome to another episode of the Vegan Hungarian. Today we're going to make a creamy, creamless cauliflower soup. Just has a few basic ingredients in it. Onions, cauliflower, potatoes, broth, and salt. I know the recipe says like a medium onion, but I really love onions, and our local big box store has these giant onions that are a pretty good price, so I used one of those. But use as much onion as you like in this recipe. The cauliflower can be just roughly cut. Everything is going to be blended when we're done. So make sure you either have an immersion blender or some blender you can dump it into and blend it. You may have to work in batches if your blender is too small. And if you're using a blender, please be careful not to burn yourself. I mean, this is going to be quite hot when you're blending it. And the potatoes need to be pretty finely diced, maybe 1/4-inch pieces, so they cook quickly. Okay, so let's get started. So I got my trusty pot here with some oil, ready to saute my onions. Onions in there. You want to do these on low or medium-low heat. You don't want to burn them. You just, oops, there's a little skin in there. Can't have that. You don't want to caramelize them. You just want to get some nice color on there. These are thinly sliced onions. I use one of the most dangerous machines in my kitchen, the mandolin, and I have the scars to prove it. All right, and we're going to let these cook 15, 20 minutes until they get some color on them, and you have to keep stirring them at least every couple minutes. And I'll see you when they're ready. These have been cooking for about 10 minutes or so, and I have to turn the flame down a couple times. As they cook, you may have to keep lowering the temperature. And in fact, I had to add a little bit of broth just so that they wouldn't stick and burn. And we probably got about another 5 to 10 minutes to go on these onions. Just keep stirring. Okay, it's been about 18 minutes or so. We got a nice color, a little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow in there. That's kind of like perfect. So now we're going to add about 1 cup of our broth. And we're going to add our head of cauliflower that's roughly chopped. And we're going to cover that and let that steam. You want kind of a nice simmer going on in there so the cauliflower gets steamed. And we'll let it go for about 15 minutes. Okay, that's been about 15 minutes. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, it's they're pretty tender. Stems are a little tough. The blossoms are nice and soft. That's about what we want. So now we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the broth. Okay, we added a cup before. That's 2 more cups. That's 3 cups of broth. That's 4 cups of broth. That's 5 cups of broth, I'm sorry. And that's another half a cup of broth. So 5.5 cups of broth right there. Now we're going to leave this uncovered, bring it back up to a simmer, and let it go for about 20 minutes until all the vegetables are ready to go. We're going to add in the potatoes at this point also. Let them cook. That's why we dice them fine. Let's bring this back up to a simmer. Oh, almost forgot the salt. Yes, we want to add our salt in there too. Good thing I thought of that. So that's kind of the action we want, and we're going to let that go for about 20 minutes uncovered until the vegetables are nice and soft. So I transferred half of the soup to my 25-year-old Vitamix blender, which I bought refurbished, and it's still going strong. Yeah, speed control's a little iffy, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and blend this until it's nice and smooth. Okay, and here's the second half. Now I'm going to return that to the pot, cover the pot, and let it sit for about 20 minutes or so, and it'll thicken up some more. So here's the final soup. You can serve it. I'm serving it with a little bit of black pepper and some finely minced fresh rosemary leaves. You can put dill on it, thyme, or any other herbs of your choice. And I'm serving it also with a nice piece of oatmeal sourdough bread that I made the other day. So enjoy, and thank you for watching The Vegan Hungarian.